Hey guys, it's me, my face, and my portable air conditioner. Legit guys, it is like 95 degrees up here where I'm sitting, so I am going to take my time with this video. I'm going to stop a bunch, so you may see things change. I tried a couple of things. I have a remote, not a remote, but a microphone that hooks onto my phone. I tried using that with the fans on, and all you could hear was the fans and me hollering. It was weird. It didn't work out well. So I may stop a couple of times in this video, take a break, go sit in the air conditioning, dry off, and then come back at it. I have very many things to chat with you about today. Naturally, it couldn't be a short video this week when I'm dying here. First of all, last week I reissued my challenge to myself to touch all of my whips and to make a new start. Did I do it? Kind of. Let's start with Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm going to give a second for editing me to slide in the description of the pattern and then put up the place that I started this week. I think I have a picture of that. I know I skipped one. It might have been this one. I don't know. We're finding out right now. But I had a block finish. And, well, I mean, not the back stitching because we don't do that yet. But I have a block finish and a new block start. I couldn't bring myself to start the actual, meat of the new block, and I'm going to have to move the Q-snap, and you know how that is traumatic for me. So I didn't do that yet, but I did finish. I finished the bats. The bats are done, except for their back stitching. Everything is prefaced with except for their back stitching. This is going well though. I have renewed interest in it. A new block means new colors and new interesting things to stitch. This one I think actually has a whole bunch of pumpkins and a scarecrow. So that should at least be interesting. No bats. No bats. The next whip that I worked on is Wicked Christmas. I actually worked on this as part of the lovely and talented Diana's Kissmas in July Sal. I will put the hashtag all around the places because I don't think there are any of us that are saying it the same way, and she's the only one who's going to be right. So I might as well just type it out. I managed to finish the Lumpy Brown Castle and mostly finish the little witchy below here. I got all that done. I know. You just remind me not to key anything off the tower in the castle because I'm sure you can figure out why. I also wanted to start showing my backside. Yes. I was inspired by Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, who showed the backsides of her projects because, you know what? It's the back. It's fine. It's fine. But I tend to think my backs are fairly neat. I won't say I have a rule, but I try not to travel more than, this is 40 count over 2. So I usually won't go more than 2 stitches carrying a thread. If it's my 1 over projects, I can go 3 or 4 because, come on. But it also makes a difference if I'm traveling behind a solidly stitched, the castle. I have all manner of threads running across, but I run them through the existing stitches, or I run them through areas that I know I'm going to stitch over, so I don't end up with that crazy like hayed back with the strings like running all over the place. But I have definitely traveled more than usual with these patterns where, I mean, come on, if it picks up 4 stitches away, I'm not going to say I'm going to end it and start it again. It'll take the same amount of thread to run it under a few stitches, snip it off, run the tail through a few stitches again, you know, do the little loop to anchor it, and then start stitching again. You haven't saved anything. You haven't even saved any bulk. You've still got all that thread back there. It's just tucked away. So I will start showing you my backsides. The third project I worked on this week is everybody's favorite, Death by Cross Stitch. It felt like I got a lot done, but looking at it, it's tough for even me to see, and you should be seeing somewhere, you know, where I started this week. But like, I filled in a lot of around the lion. I filled in a lot of the purple variegated thread, which was, you know, really my biggest interest. But I also went back up and I did a lot of this fill in here, which was less interesting but needed to be done. So I really did kind of make a dent. Am I doing a page a week? No. Am I doing a page a month? No. No. But I'm getting there. And if I do commit to, I think if I commit to touching this at least once a week, I'm going to see realer progress than I have seen up until now, because I will actually be, you know, progressing. But I think everybody kind of feels the same way. The more you do, the more you want to do. So the more I see it filling in, the more I'm going to want to fill in more. I have to trick myself into doing things. Oh, and the backside. This one I feel like I've gotten a little more haphazard with the running of my threads, just because so much of it is filled in and they aren't going to be seen. And, you know, at this point, I won't say that I've given up or anything, but I feel like when I finish Death by Cross Stitch and get this thing up on a wall, I am not going to care that you could see a carried thread. I am going to be supremely impressed in the idea that I did this thing. And if other people look at it and they are not impressed, well, they can go home. The next thing that I worked on, you all picked for me. It became a early and clear winner that Goodwitch from Primitive Hair was going to be my next start. The poll was overwhelming. So I managed to make a decent amount of progress. You know, I also keep telling myself that I do not need to get this. I think I once referred to it as the rectal exam of stitching, that you don't need to, and I don't even think that's focused. There we go. Like, you don't need to see into the stitches, but it is handy to block out my face so that it will focus. But yeah, her dress, no joke. 1/1 on mystery fabric. It's no joke. If I had thought of it, I think I should have picked maybe a variegated thread or just something more interesting than what I used. It's just a big solid black dress. So I whizzed right along with all the letters and everything, and then I got to the dress and went, okay, this is less fun. But hopefully I get it finished this week and I can move on to the next thing. And I think what I'm going to do is use the poll to dictate actually now my next 3 starts. So we have that one, and then we have the Through the Woods ornament, Christmas hair, and then spring basket. At the very least, because I am doing Christmas ornaments this month for Diana's sale, I will do the first 2. I don't know about spring basket. what I might do is start another poll with more options and let you guys guide me that way. And I'm sorry I forgot the back. Not bad. The last thing I worked on this past week was the Stitcher's Bag pattern for Mark's niece Kayla. It is finished. It is fully finished. I got the washi tape. Guys, I don't know about your Michaels, but my Michaels over in Braintree has literally like a bin of washi tape. I think it was like 33 cents a roll. I got many. But look how cute. Look how cute it came out. It's even fully finished. It's ready. This string is not performing as I had expected it to, so I need to find a new hanger for it. But Mark's going to be able to bring that over to her tonight. It's done. It is not often that I have a fully finished object to share with people, so I'm a little bit proud of it. Speaking of fully finished objects, I do not finish enough of my objects. So I was thinking I might do a separate video of all of the, I think somebody once referred to it as their bin of shame, where it's all the finished cross-stitching that they have that hasn't been fully finished yet. So I was thinking I might do a separate video of all of my finishes, and you guys can help me figure out what the best way to fully finish them might be. Some of them might be better if they are Priscilla-fied. Some of them might look better in frames. Some of them you may have seen a finish somewhere that you're like, ooh, I saw that pattern finished this certain way. Help me out a little. So look for that video. Maybe I'll film that tonight and I'll post it midweek. Ooh. You guys are going to be wicked proud of me. I have already mailed out the 2 winning packages for the $9.99 thank you giveaway. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. So they are speeding their way to Sharon and Diana. I am just so pleased to be able to send this stuff out. I think I've also heard from maybe 3 or 4 of the postcard winners, but not all of them. So if your name was drawn for a postcard, check last week's video or check the drawing video. And I commented on your comments, and hopefully you can send me your address so I can send on the postcard. I have both Salem and Lizzie Borden. So if you'd rather not have the Salem one, or if I have sent you a Salem one before and you'd rather one from the Lizzie Borden house, just let me know that and I will pick one of those. I did have a teeny bit of haul this week. Nothing too interesting. It's a bag of rice. It's a bag of rice. It's also some felt, because I had it in my head that this week was going to be a sewing week, in addition to all the other things I was doing. And I was going to make me a chicken phone holder. I did not make a chicken phone holder, but I got rice. I was actually looking for the walnut shells. What do they call it? Lizard litter or something like that. But I was at Walmart and they did not have that, and they had rice, and I bought it. And I figured if I don't end up using it to make a chicken phone holder, it's still rice. I also had a very pleasant surprise today. I got magical stitchy mail. Do you see my earrings? Have you been admiring them? Let me show you one closer here. These came, try to get that in, cover my face. They look like little bats. These came from my stitchy godmother, Laura. Had trouble getting that one back in. These came from my stitchy godmother, Laura, along with a couple of other things. You guys, seriously, the woman's a little out of control and ridiculously generous. There are so many things in here. I just only barely started to pick through them, and I've already found, look at the turtle. There are some amazing things in this package, and so we are going to have a very special video of flipping through some of those, and maybe some giveaways, and maybe just me going, look what I got. I think I also owe people a flip through for the last cross stitch book that I got at Savers. In flipping through it, it's not that interesting, so maybe I will just roll the 2 videos into one or something like that, just so that we can all make fun of the murderous teddy bears and then move on. Well, I feel like it is getting hotter up here and I am fading fast. So I am just going to end today with just a quick update on my medication. If you don't know, I've been taking Prozac now for about a month and a half, and it has definitely made some changes. It has definitely made some improvements. Recently, in the past week or so, I talked to my therapist and I talked to my doctor, and we decided that I should double my dosage from 10 to 20 milligrams, which I guess is a usual starting point. It's not, you know, I'm not just, you know, oh look, she got twice as crazy, let's put her on twice the medication. So we're just finding the right levels, and so far I'm not noticing much of a difference as far as how I feel. I don't feel any worse. I don't know that I feel any better. I'm definitely sleeping more than I was, which this was supposed to counteract that. So that's a little concerning. You know, on the other hand, I did a fairly good stitchy week, and I managed to you know, not go off the deep end, and I haven't had any major issues. So, you know, sometimes it's just going to be a toss-up, and sometimes it's going to be, you know, this is the best day I can have, and take it. I will continue to update you all with how I'm doing on that. Excuse me, with how I'm doing on that, because I do know that there are a lot of people out there that not only have tried medications and never quite found the right one, or were a little nervous to try a medication because they didn't know how they would react to it, or they weren't really sure that it was really going to help them. So I just think it's important that people see, not like a raging success story, but, you know, the good news and the bad, and then they can help, you know, make decisions. All right, guys, I am legitimately melting. So I'm going to go sit in some air conditioning for a while, then I'm going to edit this video and get it ready for tomorrow. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting, your likes, your dislikes, your subscriptions. Just thank you. I will talk to you next week. Bye, guys.